right. Thank you, everyone. I have 7:11 p.m. It is January 15th, 2026. And this is a meeting of the West Boylston Zoning Board of Appeals. At the top, I just want to make it clear that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast. So everything said at this meeting is obviously, it's not just a public meeting, but it's also being recorded. So everyone is aware of that. And we're all obviously giving consent to that by being here and participating. Mark, online, you are our 5th board member tonight. Thank you so much for joining.
Can you show your face? Reveal yourself.
With zero notice. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay, Mark? Just to confirm. Can you unmute just so we can hear you? Because we'll have to do.
Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate you saving the day tonight. All right, we do have a 5-member board. That's exactly what we're looking for here. So without further ado, let's go right to the public hearing. If the applicant would like to come to the front table, please do. Just to let you know, we will, of course, let you introduce yourself, let you explain what it is that you're seeking before this board. This is a public hearing, so if the board has questions, we'll ask them. You can answer them however you like. Because it's a public hearing, we also seek and allow any public comment. So as you can see, we have members of the public here tonight. So part of this hearing will include questions or comments from the public. And then, we'll see at the end of that process if we're in a position as to whether or not we can vote on the petition tonight or not. I suspect we may be able to, but sometimes instances arise where we have to seek a continuance for one reason or another. So, without further ado, actually, before we start, can I ask somebody to read the public notice into the record? Please do. Thank you.
Notice of public hearing, Zoning Board of Appeals, West Boylston, Mass. The Town of West Boylston Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Thursday, January 15, 2026 at 7:05 at the West Boylston Town Offices, 140 Worcester Street, West Boylston, Mass. In room 210, Selectmen's Meeting Room, and remotely Zoom. Instructions will follow on meeting agenda to be posted 48 hours prior to the meeting to act upon the petition of Benjamin Leaker for special permit for a home occupation in a single-family residence, specifically for a small batch coffee roasting pursuant to zoning bylaw section 305.3.5B at 58 Scarlett Street, West Boylston, Mass. Record title stands in the name of Benjamin Leaker, 58 Scarlett Street, West Boylston, Mass. 01583. Copies of the petition are on file at the office of the Town Clerk, 140 Worcester Street, and are available upon request. All interested parties are invited to attend the public hearing, either in person or remotely. Christopher E. Olson, Chair. Toby S. Goldstein, Secretary.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Just a point of order before we begin. Is it Benjamin Leaker, Liker?
Liker.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Perfect. So, and with that, we'll allow you to yield the floor, and please, you can summarize for us what it is that you're seeking. And I know there's been some letters, some emails that have been sent back and forth, so you can feel free to address those now, or we can address those through questions for the board, or however you want to do this.
Okay.
So with that, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to share this side project of mine and address any of these concerns that are coming up. I do want to be upfront and clear that I am part of this neighborhood and community, and I share a lot of the concerns that have been voiced around odors and emissions and traffic and neighborhood impact in general. And so I want to say that's exactly why I chose the specific appliance as a part of this side project of mine. And just to put it in this scope, like, I'm continuing my career. This is meant to be a side project of mine. So I'm excited to actually share what I am proposing. So to kind of address the scale comparison, I think I wanted to highlight as a micro batch coffee roasting and packaging operation. This is not a commercial roasting situation. Someone mentioned Armeno Roasters, which is a quite large industrial operation with exhaust systems, and I'm sure they're producing thousands of pounds a week. I am anticipating 3 pounds per batch, and it's coming from a countertop appliance. I'll go into more detail about the machine itself, but if it's helpful, I think also when people have the idea of coffee roasting, they might be imagining large industrial machines. And I printed a machine, this is just one I found online, I don't know it, but it shows, massive venting, it's quite large, it's probably taller than I am. Huge amounts of coffee beans at a time are being roasted and disseminated. I don't know if I can pass it around. This one,
This is what it's not.
Is that?
this is what it's not, exactly.
Right, okay, this
Yeah.
is not.
This is what it's not.
Okay.
So that's industrial equipment, that's gas powered, its exhaust is vented outside, a commercial facility is required. I think we often think of this or something like it that's old, large, and potentially harmful and industrial. The roaster that I'm anticipating using is a countertop appliance. It is all electric. It is sealed with internal filtration, and it's residential safe. It's fairly new technology. The company's been around for about 11 years, but in the past 5 or so years, they've developed this totally contained filtration process. It has a footprint of 2 feet by 2 feet, and it's maybe 3 feet high. It is a countertop appliance potentially.
Do you have an image of that?
I do have an image, yeah. I have a few actually I can pass around. And I have a specs sheet as well.
I think I printed those out.
Oh, you did?
Oh, great.
Email.
I think
great.
they're all, there's hard copies of that in the,
Mark, if just, it's on email as well, what he's showing?
So I can pass the spec sheet around with it. I circled the one on the left because there's one that has like an automatic feeder, which I'm not using because I'm keeping it small. So I've circled the one on the left and also have some images of it on counters in cafes. And that'll kind of give you a sense. But it also has the technical specs on it that go into more detail.
This one here?
Yeah, so just a point of order here. Mark, just for you online, these pictures that we're looking at now, Toby has circulated these to the board via email, if you want to take a look at those. Of course, let me know if you have any questions or concerns on that at all.
Awesome.
Please continue.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. So it's relatively new technology in the coffee world, and it kind of goes against everything in terms of size, safety, and energy. It's basically a plug-and-play, ready-to-go machine anywhere that it can plug in. Same as like home ovens. I would ask everyone, like, do we all have ovens in our houses? Most of us, I think, do. And I have a performance report. I've been in touch with the director of engineering for this company to really evaluate, like, is this going to be safe to have in my house? And if so, can you prove it? So they've sent me certifications for electrical certifications, but then also an EPA emissions evaluation. And what they've shared is that it's cleaner than our convection ovens in our homes. Like, it doesn't let anything out. It's got HEPA filters. It's got, they say it's an internal catalytic afterburner that eliminates smoke and VOCs. There's a HEPA filtration. It's food safety certified, and just, it does not vent anywhere. I was looking into other equipment. All of them out there besides this one require venting. So again, that's kind of why I was pursuing this path. Again, in terms of scale, this one does 3 pounds per batch. Just for scale, this would be like a 2-pound bag of coffee. This isn't me, I didn't produce this, but I bought this. And this is like a 12-ounce bag, which is probably what I would anticipate selling to people who are interested. I don't know if that's very visible, but relatively small batches at a time. So in a way, I feel like it's comparing, a commercial bakery versus like a plug-in bread maker. Like it's tiny. Same product, but completely different process, technology, scale, and impact. To address also the odor side of things, I think I've kind of already addressed that, but I think I'm wanting to just reiterate, as a part of the community, as a family of my own home, I have a 3-year-old child. I don't want to subject them to anything harmful. So I've tried to do diligence on all of this. One other image is like, they connected me to another, one of many, but another person who's been doing this inside of their home for the past year. He has 2 children. I've asked him about the experience of what's this like having it in your house. He actually has it in his own home office. So like he's still taking Zoom calls for his job, but you can see the roaster behind him. It's just like, it's a thing in the house.
Is it the countertop or are you the continuous?
Countertop.
The one we're talking about, the countertop?
Yeah. And the only difference with the continuous, which I'm not doing, is it has like an automatic feeder and like a bin to catch, I think, more beans on the bottom. But otherwise, it's the same machine. In terms of our neighborhood too, I anticipate no changes to the neighborhood. No changes to the exterior of my house. There's no noise. It's quieter than a clothes dryer. As I said, it produces less emissions than our own convection ovens. I have no signage needs. I have no parking needs. If I sell it, it's going to be to like people at events or farmers markets or friends and things of that nature. No traffic beyond what is normal in the neighborhood. I've gone through the Declaration of Covenant to make sure that I'm going to meet those standards, and I don't see how this would break any of those the special home permit requirements. So I think in a way I would also argue this is less impactful than many everyday activities that are happening in our properties or our neighborhoods already, like lawn equipment or mowers. If they're gas powered, they're producing emissions, but we're used to that. Leaf blowers are very loud. All of this is going to be in my house and quiet and emission free. I think in the end, like nobody would know this is happening except I'm trying to go through the proper channels to say, can I do this safely for you and with agreement? I also wanted to address the cottage food aspect of this. In my research to better understand the law of cottage foods and residential kitchens, that's also small-scale home food production. Coffee roasting isn't even cooking, it's heating something up. I'm not going to be mixing ingredients. I'm not going to be making jam or jelly or candy or bread, which has, I would argue, more risk in it anyway. And don't require commercial kitchens because of the scale, and that's what the cottage food law allows, I think, is for these small-scale projects to also allow people to make some money on the side, potentially. So it's roasted coffee's less involved, it's shelf-stable, it doesn't require refrigeration. I'll roast it, I'll put it in bags. That's the whole workflow.
So just on that point, can
yeah.
I ask,
Yeah.
so the roasting process obviously involves the beans. Are there any, I don't know, solvents or chemicals used in the process in any way? Or-
No, it's air, yeah. It's hot air that's mixing the
Okay.
beans around, and as they're floating in the air at maybe 400 to 450 degrees, they're going through that roasting process as they go.
Okay.
How much longer it takes for one batch to roast?
One batch can be about 20 minutes. It depends on like light roast versus dark roast.
How often you are planning to roast?
Maybe
Every day or weekends?
probably weekends. As a side project, I'm expecting this to be kind of like non-working hours for me. So like maybe
Yeah,
running it.
if you prefer now, I don't know whether we can ask this.
What's that?
This is a part-time, you are a full-time person, I guess. You can
My
ask her it on
I think you already mentioned that it was a part-time.
part-time thing.
this will.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah, yeah.
But I
I'm
think at the beginning you already said it was kind of a
yeah,
part-time.
yeah. I'm gonna continue my career and my job and everything. And
So this is based in the basement?
yeah, potentially in the basement. It could be wherever I plug it in, but yeah. Out
So
of the way.
is this needs a Board of Health approval?
Yeah, yeah, and I've been in touch with the Board of Health inspector to understand, and that's what got me in this path of going through the zoning boards. I thought all of this is new to me, so I first found I first reached out to them, and they said I needed to go and get this approval first.
So the other question I have is, if it is in the basement, is there a venting? How it will be vented?
You don't need to have.
It doesn't need venting. There's no venting.
It's ventless, it says right here in the specs.
No, but I'm just, if it is a level 1 or level 2, if there is a window, this will get out, right? So if it is in the basement.
Well, but if you're gonna go by the specs, it doesn't say ventless use.
No windows, nothing, right, basement?
Our basement has small, like rectangle
Yeah, that's one
windows.
is there, yes.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna, I don't need
So
to.
that
open-
basement is connected with the garage?
No, we have no garage.
So the basement opens up outside, that's it?
We have a bulkhead to
Oh, okay.
go up and down, but we also have a staircase. It's close to our laundry machine. Yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Just,
yeah. Yeah, but again, just to iterate, it's ventless. There's nothing that I need to like open to let out. It's-
but whatever you do, the coffee will smell.
Oh, yeah.
Miles away, right?
Yeah, coffee's,
Coffee is one of those, you get the smell. It's not like, when you roast the coffee, it doesn't matter, whether it's packed or not packed. So we will get the smell.
I will probably smell it in my basement.
My mom makes a coffee in the early morning, all the kids upstairs, they'll wake up and get out for the coffee. That's advertisement.
Sure, sure, yeah.
That's a coffee advertisement is, somebody is making coffee in the living room. All the kids will be coming out early morning. That's advertisement in one of those coffee advertisement. Yes, we will get the smell. So,
Will this be smelt outside?
No, that's my argument, is it won't be smelled outside.
So your neighbor next door is not gonna smell you while you're roasting the coffee?
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
so in your house also, there won't be any smell?
I mean, I imagine there could be smell in my house in the basement from this,
But not outside?
but not outside. I don't, like, I mean, if somebody's like
This is one of the-
baking bread and it gets out through their front door, maybe.
This is one of the things, the board, it's, we had the same issue with the Salisbury Street. HEPA filters, and you can do this. Finally, we are having a smell. So, but I don't know how we are going to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, this one strikes me as, first of all, it's a different product, it's a different process.
Different smell.
Different smell, yes. But I have to, well, let me just say this. In my personal experience, from my house, from my yard, I've never been able to smell, you know, other families
What are you making in your yard?
making coffee or, you know, I mean, people buy beans and do all kinds of things with them, but I don't normally
Yeah,
smell
but
them.
they are not doing it like a commercial thing, right? So I may buy a coffee with things and just for my house. How much
True.
coffee I will be baking?
So to that end, so let me ask you this then. Would you be agreeable to some kind of a condition of the special permit where it essentially limits it limits this use insofar as you might be, so we might approve this use, but
You cannot
it
use
doesn't apply if it's starting to emit, you know, odors to the neighborhood that are becoming a nuisance or that, you know, are, you know, not commensurate with normal residential type of use in, you know, of whatever's going on in your.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, he's going to invest in this equipment, you know.
Say that
So
again?
He's going to invest a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
So he can start the production?
Yeah, I think what he's saying is he would have to agree to doing this at risk. And then if there's an issue with smell, it turns out, then that's something that he would have to address.
Yeah, I mean, because if what they say, they shouldn't, right? I mean, I would even say that you can go back to them, because what we're reading on the spec sheet, there shouldn't be a lot of smell. Internal afterburn eliminates smoke, you have the filter, but to Chris's point, we don't know until you actually were to do it, right?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to that end, you know, once installed, if people want to come to my property and smell it, like, please, you know, really, like, if I want people to be at ease.
Yeah.
If there is a smell too, like, I wonder, I mean, I'm just not anticipating, but like, there are air scrubbers that are used for like construction places where they're like working with like mold infested places. They have those air scrubbers that reduce the spread.
I agree with your point, but at the same time, that's not happening every single day or every single weekend. So weekend people are going to be home. So air spray or whatever, the lawnmower. So those are all, you know, once in a while. This is going to be, if you are starting a business, you do need to make, you know, whatever the things, money. So you will be using it for, you know, I'm just trying to understand, you know, not being difficult, but this is the situation. I agree.
Sure.
You know, the 40B is going there, there will be a noise, there will be a smoke, but that's all temporary. But this one is going to be the week after week after week. So this is not going to go away. At least, you know, Route 9, the 40B, okay, I can put up with this for 6 months or a year. After that, everything will be fine. So that's what I'm getting at. So for me, the coffee smell is a good smell, right? So I smelled coffee, you know, India, we have the coffee all the time. People love coffee. Coffee smell is good. But how much is, we have to see how much is too much. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
So that's the one issue, you know, we normally approve the home occupations.
Fair
But
enough.
this is the one, you know, the board really has to take a.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, and I think he's acknowledged that, you know, that's something that we need to talk about, and I think he's, you know, he seems to actually be pretty well prepared to have an intelligent conversation about this. So, a couple more questions that I have. So you're not proposing with this home occupation any employees, it's just yourself? Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And then, just a couple other questions I have. I think you mentioned before, you're not proposing any exterior changes to your house, no sign, nothing like that?
Correct.
Again, in accordance with the relevant bylaw. And I also noticed in your application, you wrote in the petition, proposing to have customers come directly to your residence to buy product. Is that still your proposal?
Yeah. I was going to clarify that point too. distribution or sales will happen like not at my house. So I had maybe at one point early on in this thought I would open it up to pickup if anyone in the local area wanted to come and grab a bag real quick that they bought. But if that produces more traffic than people are willing to have, I won't do it. Like at the same, because I mean, this is small scale, but if any of this grows, I don't anticipate doing it in my
Staying
house
there,
anymore. You know, so I just don't want to like cause any problems in that way. So yeah, like if the concern around traffic is there, at the same time we like to have multiple families over once a week, and that's just kind of a normal thing for us. We have very long driveways, so we like, you know, I don't know. Hopefully that's not a nuisance in itself, but you know, I don't imagine that getting out of hand either. But
Yeah, and to just my 2 cents, to me, I mean, that sounds reasonable. There's certainly no issue with, you know, having family, friends over, and whenever you want, as any residence is free to do. We certainly don't want to inhibit that at all. What we just don't want to do is cause any more additional traffic beyond what would, you know, a normal residence would sort of, would be related to. So I think that's, I wouldn't even call it a concern, but that's the question that I'm having. So for me, I would be more comfortable, as I think you mentioned earlier, that, I mean, perhaps that's another condition that the board could consider, is that if we agree that you're allowed to proceed with this use, that one limitation or one condition that we could put on it is that we wouldn't want you to sell it from your house. You could bring it from your house and bring it to a local, you know, farmer's market or wherever and do what you want to do there. But that would leave, you know, Scarlet Street alone to just, let's leave the strictly residential use for purposes of that address.
absolutely.
And I think that's, you know, not unreasonable. And any questions from board members?
Yes.
On that? Go ahead, David.
Have you talked to anybody from the Board of Health?
Yes.
Okay, did they explain to you, because I'm a little confused, we got something from them, and one of the things it says, remind the applicant that they must submit a residential kitchen permit application prior to commencing operations. And I have no idea what that even means.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that somebody from the Board of Health would have been here tonight to explain that. Did they explain that to you?
I reached out to understand it, and there's a specific form which I have access to now, and I'm ready to fill it out and submit it to them.
Yeah, to answer that, you know, so Board of Health has to certify that area is for human consumption. It's like anyone making a kitchen, so they have to certify. Whatever the, you know, they say appliance, what do they say, appliance? I think, you know, they are meant to buy this, whatever the equipment he is going to use.
Okay,
So that-
so we can, so,
They have to certify. If they
okay, so
don't,
we can approve
Yeah.
the home occupancy, but then in
He has
condition,
to
with
get-
condition that he gets that done.
yeah, so
Okay,
anything
all right.
has to be done, anything cook at home has
Okay.
to be certified. If not, so I'm.
Just confirm that he can hear us and that he's
He is 25 plus,
still with
that's
us.
his age.
That's the phone, I think, right?
Hi, Mark, I think we're back.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for your patience once again. So everyone, we'll come out of recess then now, and we will get back to the public hearing. My apologies for that disruption, and I'm hoping that will be the only one for the evening. But I believe right before we were interrupted, Raj, you were
So I was
saying.
trying to explain, you know, the Board of Health has to be certified. If not, I'm buying a bag of coffee. If I get sick, I will go to the hospital.
Okay,
Then I will tell them, you know, what happened. Then he will be in a big trouble.
okay, all right. The only other thing is that under the bylaw, the home occupation bylaw, there's general requirements. I'm looking at the general requirements, and as everybody was talking and stuff, I'm looking at the 10 different requirements, and as far as I can see, meets all 10 of them, you know, so, I mean, unless anybody has some questions about it. You know.
Yeah, and so that's, sort of before, that was a lot of my questions were motivated around, you know, sort of traffic being caused by
'Cause, I mean, this,
selling
like,
a product.
I mean, just going through, you know,
Yep.
he's not gonna there's no exterior display of any of the products.
Yep.
There's no signage, there's no traffic, there's not gonna be generate any traffic. The floors area of the residence, is it gonna be more than 25%? That's not gonna be, he doesn't have any employees, okay, so that takes care of that, okay? It's not gonna create any hazard to anybody, to any people or the property. There's not gonna be any, electrical interference or become a nuisance. There's no hazardous substance that's gonna be there. And of course, if he sells the property, he's gotta notify the building inspector that that's happened. And then he knows that he has to do a declaration of covenant and at the Worcester County Registry of Deeds, okay, that he knows. And it's not a business district, so he doesn't have to worry about that. So as far as I can see, he's met the 10 different, requirements on the thing. My only other question is, and I'm just out of curiosity, what possessed you to pick this as a home business?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, part of it is just an interest and growing passion around coffee. I've learned more about it over the past several years. I've started grinding my own coffee, and it's kind of opened up a new world of the experience. And then I've been in the tech space for 12 plus years now, and I'm wanting to just have other outlets and interests. So something hands-on a little bit and that I can just get better at.
Okay. I mean, it seems like he's got everything, and I mean, if it's gonna be in his basement, and this is a ventless machine, and, I'm looking at the back of this coffee maker thing. It says all electric, no installation required, plug-in roasted from day one, no gas lines, venting or construction, ventless, eliminates harmful VOC. I mean, doesn't seem, the only odor that's gonna be from this thing is gonna be in his house. Nothing's going outside.
Yep.
So, I mean, I could be standing outside his house, unless he opens the front door, I'm not gonna smell anything. So, I mean, I don't see
Okay.
any problems. My only
I
concern
think,
was.
I could argue on that.
Okay,
So, down the road, everything is closed,
yeah,
right? Shrewsbury Street. But we do get the smell.
okay. But see, that's the thing, to argue that point, how many times has the building inspector gone down with that special machine that they have and come back with,
Because, it's like the smells goes away with this wind.
but
By the
but
time
there
they
was
go
no,
there.
but there was no guarantee that was gonna be a ventless.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
this they're saying, on the back of that paper, it says it's ventless, that there's there's not gonna be any odor. So, I mean, why would a company put that out if it's not true? I mean, I just don't understand that.
You'd hope they're not.
Yeah.
I have a quick, on the back, obviously reading same thing Dave is, where does it say HEPA filter? On your initial that you wrote to us, HEPA filter, I don't see it in there.
Yeah, I didn't see that, that's a good point, I didn't see that
Can you
either.
just, maybe you wrote it, so maybe you got some different information that I'm seeing back here?
Yeah. Well, so I've gone on online to see different articles that are being written about the closed loop, as they call it,
Yep.
and so the sealed internal filtration. It as far as I understand it, it's that catalytic. That the catalytic process in conjunction with the HEPA filter. So if it's not on the specs, I'm actually surprised by that because.
Do you, maybe it's worded something
Oh.
different, but feel free to
Yeah, I don't
show
know.
me.
It might.
Yeah, I don't see, but again,
Yeah, sure.
I was reading your comments that you sent to us.
I mean, I'm happy to share links that I've come across. And I can ask the director of engineering if it helps to, but yeah, I don't see HEPA specifically. I know this is their proprietary process, so.
No, I was just curious, because like I said, I remember reading your comments to us on the questions that we asked, but then I didn't see it here, but
I actually, I mean, I spoke with the director today, and so I can reach out and say, why is it not on the tech specs? But yeah, that's a great call out, actually.
So one further follow-up that I have, it was to a point, Dave, that you were asking while you were going down the list of requirements, which is, so one of the requirements is, as I know you're aware, is that it says no more than 25% of the floor area of the residence shall be used for the purpose of the home occupation. So just to make sure that we have some basis for that 25% standard, can you tell us what sort of the total square footage of your residence is approximately? I'm not looking for down to the,
Yeah,
1 square foot, but.
approximately, and then this is going off of like, what was said on Zillow when we bought the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
But they said it was 4,500 square feet.
Okay, 4,500, and then so the square footage, well, you gave us a drawing as well with your
Yeah.
submission, so I'm presuming this will approximate about the area that you plan on using for this equipment, the countertop equipment, and you've got 11 feet by 9 feet, so if I'm doing my math right, what's that, 99, 100 square feet,
Yeah,
give or take?
exactly.
Which is clearly less than 25% of the size of your home.
Yes.
All right, so I just want to make sure that we have some basis to certify that that's actually what's going on. Another question, so I was also looking, so in addition to these 10 standards that Dave mentioned, in order to sort of qualify for this kind of a special permit, we also have other less specific requirements that we have to go through for any special permit in town. And some of those have to do with pollution, specifically to the groundwater, for example. But as you mentioned, in furtherance of my question, you're not gonna be putting any chemicals or solvents, that's really not part of this. So your waste material, to the extent that there is some, is going to be sort of, I don't know, the natural part of the processed bean that, I don't know if it gets washed off in this machine somehow into water, is there even water involved in this process?
There's not even water involved.
Okay.
Yeah. There's, I don't know if you have the picture or see it, but there's like a little bucket on one side.
yeah.
And then there's a smaller bucket on the other side. And that's where the chaff, as they call it, goes
Okay.
in. And that's like the coffee parts that you don't sell go. It
Yeah.
kind of just filters out the smaller pieces.
Okay.
And that's the whole
Okay,
output.
so there may be like some solid byproduct that you have to clean out occasionally and put in your trash or.
Exactly,
whatever the case may
yeah. I've seen people taking like a razor blade inside and kind of scraping out the
Okay.
stuff.
be. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's that, is your home connected to the municipal sewer system? Or do you have septic
We're connected.
connected to the sewer? Okay, that's good. You mentioned noise, you said this is it relative to some other
Yeah.
house appliance? Like how loud is this machine,
It's,
as far as you
it's-
understand it?
as far as I understand it, they've said it's quieter than a clothes dryer.
Quieter than a clothes dryer, okay,
That's pretty quiet.
okay. All right,
Can I ask one question?
go ahead, Raj, of course.
With reference to your garage, where is your basement?
We don't have a garage.
Really?
Yeah.
So
we
that's-
have a carriage house or like a barn on the property, but we don't have a garage.
There is a garage, right?
well, I think,
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I
so I
guess
think
it could
it's
be
this-
used that way. Yeah.
right, it could be
Right.
called either or.
Right. It does have a garage door, but we've never
Right,
parked
it's
it.
kind of
So this is the place you are going to use it?
No, it would be in the basement of our house.
Okay. What do they use for this one?
I mean,
What do
he
you
has
say?
the pictures on Zillow, so he was
Okay.
just kind of trying to get understanding of where you're gonna be putting this.
Sure.
I think that's the carriage house.
Yeah, this is the carriage house. Yeah, this is a separate building from our house.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a separate one, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me ask at this time, are there other questions from the board before we open it up to public?
No, I think I have one statement maybe,
Sure,
not even
go
a
ahead.
question, other than, like, I think you had said earlier that you could have went and done it without even coming to us. So I kind of applaud you for going the route. So really just all I have to,
No,
you know,
the problem is, coffee smell will get out.
no, I know, what I'm saying is he could have just tried this and not even come to us.
Yes, we've run into similar
Yeah,
things.
where I'm saying
No,
I
no,
give
there are-
you
there are
credit for
twofold in
that,
that.
right?
There are twofold in that. One is the coffee smell. The another one is, he will not be getting any Board of Health,
No, I understand, but he could have just said, he tried to say, oh, let me just do it
No,
without even
no,
coming to it.
no.
You know, he didn't-
It will be
couldn't
no. He can,
course he could.
they can go without a ZBA permit, but they cannot go without the Board of Health permit.
Yeah, but if no one
That
comes
is
to
a-
it, what I'm saying is he's doing the right thing. I'm just saying that on a note where he could have tried to go that route.
Fair enough.
So that was
Yep.
it.
Yep, point taken, point taken. Before we open it up for public questions or comment, is there anything else that you'd like to add at this point? Or you feel that you've covered everything that you wanted to cover?
Let's see, I mean, I really appreciate the conversation and,
Yep.
the questions. Yeah, I think, my hope in life in general is to have a positive impact. And so even though this is a side project, I'm also trying to like ethically source coffee beans, from the right places that are not taking advantage of farmers. I'm trying to look into living wage and fair trade certified coffee beans. Like, I'm hoping this theme is seen through the approach that I'm having, because I'm also going to make sure that the project itself is ethical. Yeah, I thank you for your consideration, and I think that about probably covers everything.
Great, well, thank you.
Thank you.
You have a question?
You said that this is gonna be a weekend business.
Yeah, likely, yeah.
How much product do you think you'll be able to put out in a weekend, roughly?
Let's see. I mean, it's gonna be like based on demand, probably.
Okay,
And
and how are you going to, if you're not gonna have any signs or anything, how are you going to advertise this business?
yeah, it'll probably be attending local events like farmers markets and things of that nature. But I might try. Well, probably online as well. Like just having a place, like a landing page where people can come and make orders for, to have direct consumer kind of thing.
And then you would deliver it directly to them, because they can't come to your house, right?
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
so you would to be a direct, like if Chris wanted 10 pounds of coffee, you would directly deliver it to his house.
Or mailing,
Right.
You can mail it.
Or mail it.
Yeah,
Right.
mailing it's.
No, I'm just curious, because he's not gonna have any signs, nobody's coming to his house, I'm just curious on
Yeah, but
how he's gonna,
we
how
have a
he's
Facebook.
gonna distribute, how he's gonna distribute this.
Yeah,
And
we
how
have a
much-
Facebook, we have Amazon,
Okay.
Facebook,
All right, okay.
website. Yeah, a lot of ways you can sell the product.
Okay.
Okay,
So with that, then, we'll open it up for any public comment. If there's anybody who'd like to make a comment, please do so at this time. Please state your name and your address for the record.
Hi, Richard Footnow, 52 Newton Street. I was very reassured by a lot of the things you said, but I was also very concerned about, as Raj mentioned, yes, there is going to be some sort of smell, whether you like it or not, whether it's contained within your house or what have you. And also what was mentioned in some of the notes that were sent to the board, especially by another Newton Street resident, Vinnie Vignali, about the marijuana products, where they were given all sorts of reassurances. There will be no odor, it's all going to be contained, it's all going to be filtered, but then lo and behold, there's a very evident odor, apparently. It isn't anywhere near whatever. My concern is, I know you believe that this will all be contained, that the HEPA filter and the catalyst and everything will contain it all, and maybe within your house you can smell it a little bit. My concern is that it might escape it could become into part of the neighbourhood. And my wife happens to have a lot of breathing difficulties, and so is very, very sensitive to any sort of odours. Something like a fire pit being burnt by one of our neighbours can trigger an exacerbation, which means she has to use a rescue breather and all this sort of stuff. So I can see that you believe wholeheartedly that this is going to be non-vented, it isn't going to be impacting the neighbourhood per se. And I hope that you're completely right. But I think if the board were to grant a permit, I would like to see some sort of condition attached whereby if your optimistic beliefs, which you've been given by the manufacturers of this device, prove not to be 100%, there is some further mechanism by which we could say, okay, we tried, but it is having an impact on neighbours. And that there is some sort of conditional approach, and there is some sort of remedy if the conditions are not fully met. So I would ask that the board, if they decide to give approval, and I can see why you might want to do that, if they attach some sort of condition where if, in reality, when the wind is blowing in a certain direction, and my wife has to close all the windows in the house so that she can breathe properly.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the concern that I have.
I think that's the one of the concern the board raised, and that's the condition we are thinking, and he is also agreeing on it. So it's all, the analogy is good. That's what I was, without saying the name of the other company, I was kind of alluding to that area.
Yes.
So, but, if something happens, yes, there is a conditions going to be there. Yes,
Yes.
am I right? Okay.
Yep.
Is it okay to?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I
Through me, if you will.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, so I totally appreciate that, and I think maybe this is just a reiteration a little bit, but the scale is small. It's not marijuana or any chemicals. It is coffee beans, and I think my analogy is there are a lot of things that are happening by my neighbors that are potentially more hazardous than what I'm asking to do. And I literally mean like mowing their lawn very regularly or spraying pesticides, or like there's just a lot of things in our daily life that I kind of feel like I'm just asking to use an appliance inside my house, and so like there's a little bit of a like I don't want to harm people, and I understand the concern, but the harmful pieces of this will be filtered out. If there is a smell, I don't want that to harm anybody, but that would be just the smell of beans, of heated up beans as well. So that's part of it.
To your argument, lawnmower, every single household is using a lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
Lawnmower smell, how many people will get the smell? Nobody. And also,
Gas.
gas
Gas
is
burning.
there, but it's in the open space, open air, it's,
Right.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the lawnmower and I'm mowing the lawn. I don't think so, I get the gas smell or anything.
I do.
Anyway, so the thing is, it is one of the unique business you are going to do it.
Mm.
There is some, for me, I have born and grow up in a small place, and we do know the coffee. We do drink a lot of coffee. I know that the smell will gets out, but we don't know how much, right? So all we are saying is, if there is, as you say, there is no smell, it is one other household appliance, we all will be happy, the neighbors will be happy, they will buy a couple of bags from you.
Right.
But if the only thing is, if this gets out of hand, then we don't want to, this board is definitely not want to make the neighbors suffer for this.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
everybody's hearing everybody else. So I think this is really good. And I think, Raj, to your point, we just want to ensure, I believe this board has a responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
To ensure that if there is a problem, that there's a mechanism to redress it somehow,
So if there is something, if you are not like it, if the smell gets out of hand, contact our board, so we may have to revise something.
Yeah, and so to me, that mechanism of ensuring that's in place is putting a
Building
condition
inspector.
specifically around,
Exactly.
odor or anything else
So
emitted from
we
the
won't be
house.
getting any, noise, but
Yeah.
the nuisance comes from the
Yeah.
smell.
Fair enough, I think that's fair.
That's great. In terms of like remedying, like say hypothetically, this does sometimes produce a smell that other people can perceive outside of my house, would part of the remedy be to try out like an air scrubber so that maybe I can continue and also mitigate all problems? Or would it be like, nope, you have to stop your business?
Yeah, so I think that depends on how we write the condition. And
okay.
so to that end, let me just, you have something, go ahead.
No, I'm with him, if we make those where we have, I would like to give him options to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah,
A,
and-
B, right, or something.
Right, so if
Yeah,
there is an
not
issue,
just like shut
if there is
down.
an issue, just say, address it or shut
Correct.
down.
Give,
as
give,
opposed
give
to
you
just shut-
options, just try the air scrubber, right, so you can, you're willing to, which is great, and I think that, to me, that would be
Okay.
what we should have on there.
Yeah, so I've got some draft language here that we can go through. I mean, we can do it now, but I want to see if there's any other comments from the public before we get into sort of some nitty gritty. Mark, you have some, so please state your name and your address, and you may begin.
Name is Mark Frieden, 8 Pinewood Drive. The only thing that I think we didn't talk about or didn't bring up is the delivery. Is the beans that you order delivered in a giant truck, or is it like a, I know Chewy delivers 35 or 40-pound bags of dog food. Is it about the same sort of thing?
It's from what I understand, it's about the same thing. There are like 25-pound boxes that I'll probably be ordering, especially in the beginning. If I can't imagine getting to the scale, but there are like 130-pound like burlap sacks that can be delivered as well. But as far as I understand, it's in a similar kind of like UPS truck.
So it's the same Amazon truck, UPS truck that is doing, that's how you would have it delivered?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then, so that was just a curiosity. The other one was, I think on the marijuana one, they were told to shut down, come up with the problem that they were having, solve the problem, and they could start back up. I think that's how it went. So it's sort of the same idea you're coming along, but it seems like it's a similar thing to what we've done in the past with.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Anyone else? Okay. So that's all very helpful, thank you. So I do have, based on the discussion that we've had here tonight, let me propose or suggest a couple of possible conditions that we could consider.
Do you want to close the public hearing?
Not yet,
Okay.
no. Because there may be some more information that we want. But, so let's talk about this first condition, which we were just talking about. So, and I'm not saying this is ironclad, I'm just throwing this out there. Feel free to kick the tires. So proposed condition number 1, the proposed use will not produce any smoke or odors beyond that incidental to normal residential use. What do folks think about that?
That's okay.
Are there objections, concerns from anybody else here? Something like that?
Nope.
Okay. So that's a first condition that the board can consider. And another condition, again, I'm not saying we need to do this, I'm just throwing this out there, is the proposed use will not include any sales or pickup of the product to customers at the residence. It's more sort of a traffic-related, parking-related
But
sort of.
I don't really think that needs to be a condition, because we've already discussed it. That was something that's in the bylaw, and he's already said that there's not gonna be any customers coming to the house. And when I asked him the question on how he's gonna make deliveries,
Yeah.
he's gonna deliver them personally.
Yeah.
So it's in the bylaw
So,
So I don't think that that needs to be a condition.
so I take your point,
Okay,
So let me just,
okay.
let me just read something here. Where is it? Right here. So the condition 3, the home occupation shall not generate traffic, parking, sewage, water use, or noise in excess of what is normal to a neighborhood. So I think that gets to your point. And I think that's fair. I guess my only, it's not a concern, my only consideration is if for some reason, and I'm not saying you would do this at all, but, you know, it does happen, for example, where people come to a board and they say one thing and then facts change and they start doing something a little bit different. I'm not suggesting that would happen here, but for us as a board to sort of try to protect against the possibility of some selling to, you know, the public in the home, having that as a condition, while I agree it's probably, you know, are effectively already in the bylaw, having it as a condition in the special permit, to me, strengthens that mechanism to sort of address it should the problem arise. As opposed to just having it as a regular special permit thing where I think that's
It won't
harder to
hurt.
enforce.
It won't hurt.
I think it doesn't hurt. It gets you to the same place, I don't think it hurts, I guess. That's my point. So I'm, you know, willing to be flexible on that and willing to hear, you know, other points of view on that. But that's my thought, so. Mark, I don't mean to ignore you. Do you have any comments or questions at this time?
No, I'm not at this time, no.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So to me, I can't think of anything else to address. So if the board has enough information to vote.
We can vote on it.
Yeah, I think one
Go
other,
ahead.
option I think for him, I think is good is that we put in like conditions that we're willing to allow him to get air filters and just that you're not, right? Does that have to be in there or no?
So,
So you, if the smell,
yeah,
right, you're giving them,
so we're saying no smell or odors beyond normal residential.
right,
use.
but if someone comes up and said there is a smell, are we gonna give him an option to
So if
say?
we determine, you're right, yes. So I
That's what I
think,
mean, because does that, do we get,
I think this addresses
that
that.
does it, okay.
I think
That's my question. I
This
just wanna make
condition
sure.
is, if it's not being met, then to Mark's point, I think there's an opportunity to mitigate, fix the problem,
Okay.
or shut it down entirely. That's gonna be, you know, more, a little more of an enforcement action that's gonna involve, the building inspector. But I think this limitation, if it's not being met, it's something that he
I just
can
wanna make
act
sure
on.
he has the ability to
Yeah.
before they shut him down.
And
So,
that
you know,
sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
The common sense thing is, you know, if there is a smell, I'm not going to, you know, so I'm not going to let it go. So I will find a way to fix it.
Yeah.
Well, I think he'd already mentioned that he would try, so I think we have to give you the option, right, to try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So if somebody, so if a resident complains, okay, then they would complain to the board, to
No,
us?
the
Building
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 inspector.
They would, okay, all right.
Building
So building inspector in turn come to us.
Yep.
Right?
And they take that fancy machine that they have and go out there to see if there's,
Yeah. So we would have some data to make a
Yeah,
decision.
all right.
Good. We have a machine? Is that a smell?
I believe so.
Good, it's not just,
I can't remember what the name of it is. It's
Yeah,
one
that's
of those funny ones.
no, it's great that we actually have something.
you know, my biggest concern is that, you know, sometimes people are so fickle that people are just gonna make things up and go out there and say, oh, I smell that goddamn coffee.
And that's why we have
And there's,
an
and there's no, and
objective.
there's absolutely no smell out there at all.
Yeah,
Well,
you know,
and I'm glad that they
and that
have
just-
some kind
that
of,
just pisses me
they
off.
have some kind of a
yeah.
technology to use.
Because, I mean, this, I hear the same thing about the marijuana. They complain about the marijuana smell, and the building inspector goes out there with that machine, the special machine, that they spend buku money, and go out there, and nothing comes up with it. You know, there's no,
Either, okay, I travel through that road all the time, every single day.
okay,
So my car window is shut, closed.
okay.
I do smell it. Okay? Not all the time.
Where is this?
The Shrewsbury
Shrewsbury
Street,
Street.
near the power plant.
But in any event, I think it's clear that the building inspector has the function of doing, you know, his homework, doing an investigation, and he comes up with his own independent determination, is this a problem or not? Is this complying with our proposed condition or not? Then we can deal with remediating the problem or shutting it down entirely. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
And if I can just again say, like, the reason I was talking about the scale of this is I don't know anything about that marijuana place, but I imagine that's more of an industrial or big
Yes.
scale kind of thing. And
Let's hope there won't be any smell, okay? Let's
No,
hope
and-
anyone is, you know,
Yeah,
the smell
yeah.
that bothers a neighbor.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope if you get that you're in
Yeah,
a
so-
commercial area or.
Yeah, so the thing is, you know,
Industrial area.
so there was a neighbor, you know, I know him.
Sure,
And
sure,
also,
sure.
you know, we have to consider our neighbors.
Of course.
So they are not going to come and say, hey, if there is a nice smell, you know, perfume is going on, you know, I'm not going to complain. But that perfume is come to me, and if it gives me an allergy, if it gives me an asthma, then I will complain, right?
course, of
So there is health is important, you know.
course.
We don't want to even you don't want to compromise someone's health, right? That's all we are saying.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Fair enough. All right, anything else before we consider closing the public
Motion
hearing?
to close the public hearing?
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second, and a second, Toby? All right, so we will do a voice vote to close the public hearing. Mark, your vote for closing the public hearing.
I vote to close.
You vote to close?
Yes.
Raj?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes, I vote yes. It's 5-0. Everyone voted yes to close the public hearing. The public hearing is now closed. So at this time, the board will deliberate, which may include taking a vote. Any comments, questions from board members?
You know, like I said, I was listening to everything that everybody was saying. I listened to Ben talking about his thing. I listened to what the gentleman had to say from Newton Street. I listened to all the board members and everything. As everybody was talking, I was reading the general requirements. It seems to me as though everything is copacetic. He met all the requirements and stuff. I agree with what you said about the two conditions. I don't think that he needs to have a commercial kitchen or anything. My only concern is what the Board of Health said. Raj was kind enough to explain it to me, because I didn't understand what that meant. I asked Ben the question, he said that he had already talked to the Board of Health, and he knows that he has to get a permit from them, a kitchen permit from them. So I don't have any problems. I think with the two conditions that we're gonna assign, which he's already agreed to, I have no problem, you know, saying yes to this special permit.
Okay. Other questions, comments from board members?
No.
Okay.
I would say that, no, I think we can make a vote.
Okay, so
I can
can somebody make a motion to approve with
Make a
these
motion.
conditions?
I make a motion to approve the special permit for home occupation for a coffee roasting business at 58 Scarlett Street. That makes sense? With the two
So
conditions.
It's coffee roasting, home occupation.
Home occupation, yes. With the two conditions.
Okay, and just to be clear, those two conditions are: the proposed use will not produce any smoke or odors beyond that incidental to normal residential use. And 2, the proposed use will not include any sales or pickup of the product to customers at the residence.
That's correct. That's my motion.
Okay, so we have a
Second.
motion.
Second.
We have a second from Dave. Okay. Any final commentary from board members?
I think, it will, my feeling is, it's not going to generate so much of a smell.
Okay.
Should be okay.
But if it
let's
does, we
give it-
have
yeah,
a, we have a path
So
forward.
that condition will safeguard the board and, the neighbor.
Okay,
So, so I'm very, very comfortable
okay,
voting
good.
on it.
So with that, we'll do a voice vote, and this is to approve the motion. So a yes vote, just to be clear, a yes vote will be in favor of granting the requested special permit. A no vote will deny, will be towards denying the special permit.
So do we need a super majority?
All special permits require a supermajority, so this board, you need 4 yes votes to be granted a special permit. 3 or less is a no. But 4 or 5, it will be yes, it's granted, okay? So just so everybody's clear. So yes vote grants the permit, a no vote does not. Mark, I'll ask you first, I'll pick on you once again first. What's your vote for granting the special permit, yes or no?
I vote yes.
Okay, it's a yes, Raj?
Yes.
Okay. Nate?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
My vote is a yes as well. It's 5-0. The special permit is granted. So at this time, what we can do now is we can start to fill out that declaration of covenants form that I know you're familiar with. And there's obviously the board members that are here, we can sign that form. I think you need to sign that form as well. And we can proceed from there. So that's a form that eventually, once I write up the special permit and file it with the town clerk, there's, what is there, a 20-day appeals process?
21.
Where a member of the public can appeal this decision. After that, it becomes final.
Right.
So once that's final, then what you'll need to do is to take that final written special permit that I have 2 weeks to submit to the town clerk, and take that declaration of covenant and record that at the Registry of Deeds in Worcester.
Okay.
And that document will make clear that this special permit for home occupation will expire upon you selling your property. So it does not continue on like say, a variance would.
Okay.
Just to make that clear. Any questions on how any of that works from anybody?
Also, too, when you get that, when you go to the Registry of Deeds, they'll stamp it for you. You need to bring a stamped copy of that back to Toby, and that'll go into the records, into your file with that.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dave. Yeah, thanks for that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, great. Any other questions?
No.
Mr. Liker?
No, I think that makes sense.
Let's hope that we don't have any situations. Hopefully the odor will stay in your
Let
basement.
us know when it is up and running.
Yes.
We'll see at the Fall Fest, because you'll have a,
Yeah.
How do you
that-
make the flavored coffees?
The flavored ones, I don't even know where to start with that. I'll be just doing different roasts.
No, you don't make a French roast and.
French is just a dark roast.
What
Do it.
kind of pricing are we talking about?
Pricing?
Are you free, Mom?
Yeah, free for everyone.
Don't say that.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
curious, I was just curious, that's all.
I'm guessing maybe 15 to 20 a bag,
Okay.
something like that.
It'll be more expensive than a Dunkin' Donut coffee.
Maybe, yeah.
That's a small and home thing.
Yeah.
So what we can do at this point, since we do have that paperwork that we want to finish, let's just see if we can get through those minutes that Toby worked so studiously to finish for us for review.
Especially
See
the
if
one
we
that's
can
like
approve
20 pages
those, And
long.
then we can close the meeting and we can take care of the declaration document.
Now, there's a couple of places that
You
Ben
can-
needs to sign.
Yeah.
Should I give that to him now?
And we can do that, I think, once, let's finish the minutes
Does
first.
he need to
Oh,
be
you're
in the
gonna
minutes
have
because he
to
wasn't
wait?
on them? Just to give him time back?
No, he doesn't need to vote
Right, so Mark-
for those. He can just abstain.
Okay, do you still want him to stick around?
Oh,
Oh, what I'm saying is, if you don't need him for the
No, he
minute.
can-
oh, yeah, Mark,
All right, Ethan.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think your service is done. Thank you, thank you.
Appreciate
thank
you answering the phone.
Yes,
Thanks,
No
Mark.
problem.
Thanks,
Have a good
Mark.
night, guys.
you
Thank
too.
you.
Take care.
Do you want to do the minutes one by one, or do you want to do?
Let's do them one by one.
Okay.
So do you want Ben to wait?
Yeah, this will just take 60 seconds.
All right.
Let's do it quick.
That's great.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of July 17th, 2025, as written.
So, it was July 25th? I'm sorry.
July 17th.
July 17th, I'm missing that one. Okay, so there's a motion to approve the July 17th, 2025 minutes. Is there a second?
Right. Second.
No, I wasn't, a
It's
second,
okay.
I second.
No, I second it.
All right, Raj seconded the motion.
Okay.
Any commentary on the July 17th? I don't have any. I think you did a superb job. That was really a lot of work, and the minutes, as usual, Toby.
Yeah, 20 pages, of
were
course.
spectacular. Very clear. Thank you for that. So with that, let's do a voice vote.
No, you can do it. Nobody's.
Oh, all right, so
Mark is not
we'll do a regular vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's 4-0, Toby. The July 17th minutes
Yep.
are approved. What's next, Dave?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of August 21st, 2025 as written.
Okay, August 2021 minutes, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from Nate. Any commentary? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
4-0, Toby, those minutes are approved. One more?
Toby, I didn't see the ones for the 18th of September.
They're here.
Oh, they're here? Okay.
Yep, they're there.
I was not here for that one, so I will,
You can abstain if you
okay,
want.
I'll abstain.
You can make a motion and then abstain.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of September 18th, 2025.
September 18th, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second from Nate. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 4-0, Toby, those minutes are approved. Thank you very much for that.
Nate could have abstained because he wasn't here either.
That's fine.
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay.
And so with that, if there's nothing else,
Well, I just have one thing, okay,
Yes.
real quick. We really need to do something about our forms. They're
we've been saying that for a
they're
while.
like 20 years overdue.
Oh, I love them, but go ahead.
I just, hopefully that one day we can get together and.
I hear you, I hear you.
I mean,
Why don't you type it up?
well, I've been asking and, you know, it's just. I've been
I would,
told
for
one day-
example, I would like to have some kind of an editable.
Or we could
PDF.
ask,
Okay.
So you don't have to write, you can
no,
actually
we
type
could ask
in.
Mark
the
to do
fields.
it. Mark can do it, right?
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have nothing else to do. You don't have nothing else to do.
Mark, you know you'll just go to ChatGPT anyways, right?
The courts will get so much simpler.
Or even AI.
Yeah,
You can even do AI.
Yeah.
Your point is well taken,
Okay,
Dave, so,
and the only other thing is too, is that the next meeting is Thursday, February 19th, 2026.
thank you.
That's if we have anything.
Yep, if we have anything.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
If not, is there?
Motion to adjourn.
It's not debatable.
We have a motion to adjourn, we have a second from Nate. All in favor to adjourn? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank
No,
you,
I-
everyone.